When you first started, what did you weigh and what was life like back then?
About 99-ish, around that mark. I was probably giving a lot of myself to everyone else and everything else and wasn't taking any time for me personally. I was burning the candle at both ends. And I knew that I wanted to change, and I guess I just didn't have that accountability or someone giving me that motivation to make that change.
What made you finally decide to reach out and go, it, man, I'm going to do something and actually join Apex?
And the thing that encouraged me most about the Apex journey was more around, it wasn't just 8 weeks, it wasn't just 12 weeks. Part of it being the education process and knowing that there was a long-term future of change, not just a short-term, do it, we're out of here, see you later. Changing the way I've thought about food, my understanding of the way my body's going to respond to different stimulus, be it exercise, be it food intake, able to understand how carbohydrate, how protein reacts inside my body, and knowing that enables better choices to be made. And that, to me, for the long term, was what was most attractive.
How long you and I have been working together?
Almost 2 years.
Out of everything that you and I have done, what's been the catalyst that you've gone, yeah, man, this is what I needed?
I guess when we first started the journey, it would have been all about the accountability. I was happy to follow the process. I was happy to do the learning. It wasn't just one-on-one. There's a community that sits behind it as well that supports the journey, and everyone shares the change, the struggles, the questions that are asked and the answers that are forthcoming, and not just based on fact. It's also based on people's experience and how every man in the community supports one another.
So then talk to me about your results.
Never had that expectation or goal in mind when I first started the journey, but being able to grow through the initial loss phase into what is now a growth, never where I thought this would be, but it's just become my lifestyle now and who I am and what I am. It's a dramatic change. On the family side is that, my wife and kids have seen that change in me. I guess a better husband and a better father as well. I'm happier, more motivated, come back home and walk through the door, just a better version of myself than I was before.
If you knew of another bloke that felt the same way as you did 2 years ago, if another bloke like that was on the fence about joining Apex, what would you say to him?
I remember that, I was that guy sitting there seeing these things pop up on Instagram or wherever and not taking that first step. And I think it was you who reached out to me just to say, "G'day, mate, how you going? Do you want to have a chat?" And that's all it took, because, I wasn't that guy who was going to reach out to some random bloke on the internet. But, I'll be forever grateful for the fact that you did. And that, for me, has been the difference, because had you had not taken that time to reach out to me, I probably never would be sitting in the position I'm in right now. If it's not now, then when is it? Because there's probably never a good time to start, and there's always 1,000 reasons why you shouldn't. I don't think you'd ever look back. I don't think you'd ever leave this program regretting the decision to make the investment in yourself.